Fox 5 photojournalist James Mann was there for the annual tradition at Golden Hall downtown.
It's very tough out there for the homeless.
A chance just to get out of some of the cold and meet some new people.
It's just really nice. We're really grateful.
This is the Salvation Army's 31st year of serving Christmas dinner at Golden Hall.
Turkey, mashed potatoes with gravy, green beans.
300 to 400 volunteers. In fact, we have to turn volunteers away every year, and they now have it down where they just do this so smoothly and lovingly, and that's a great thing.
We make sure we double, triple check everything, make sure everything is perfect for our guests, and we call them family, friends. You know, we want to make them feel welcome.
Very grateful and happy to be able to get a good dinner.
It's a blessing.
Even though the economy is better, there are some people that are just dealing with so much that they are always going to have a difficult time. Many of them are going to be homeless.
I definitely always love helping people since I was little. It makes me feel good. Everyone is so appreciative.
It's important for us as a community to come alongside to help them, to do what we can, not only to serve them a meal, but to help them to get out and to have a better life.
There's good people. It's just a good place to hang out on Christmas.
Just keep your spirits up. I mean, if you lose your own spirit, you're going to lose a lot.
Just Merry Christmas to everybody and a Happy New Year.
I see the man running out on fire, head to toe. I'm like, what the hell?
People are over there screaming. Okay. We're down the street. We heard the explosion. Our door was closed and we heard it.
Drugs, butane, and a cigarette are being blamed for an explosion that blew out walls and windows inside a Midway area hotel.
Glass flew everywhere, walls came out, windows came out, mattresses flew out. I mean, it was just a big one, kaboom, and the whole building shook.
The explosion was first reported at around 11 a.m., igniting a fire that engulfed part of the small property on Channel Way.
Intelligence leads us to believe that there were two people inside a room, and they may have been cooking or manufacturing some kind of narcotics.
3 people were seriously injured. A man and a woman believed to be using highly flammable butane to cook some type of drug inside room 227, and another man in a room next door.
Some kind of a flash burn, which is an instantaneous fire, and that's very dangerous.
I saw the guy screaming, crawling out. I put towels, and he was all burned up. His eyelashes were burned up, and his whole head was burned up.
The force of the explosion sending shattered glass in every direction and debris on the ground. It even blew out a wall of the unit next door.
One of the victims admitted to police that he'd been using drugs at the time, smoking some crystal meth at the time of the explosion.
After firefighters put out the blaze and residents were evacuated, Hazmat secured the area before turning the case over to the San Diego Narcotics Task Force and the DEA.
And it's been like this for years.
Residents say they're not surprised and that the area is known for drug users of all kinds.
If somebody comes in smelling like they haven't taken a bath in weeks, I'm pretty sure they're, doping it up.
Blankets, water.
A major response effort.
Diapers, hygiene products. Our military wives have came, gathered, collected, and brought everything over.
Sparked by a simple Facebook post between Diana Noshang,
my best friend is from there. There's so many people in need.
And Melanie Voss.
It's home, and to see my family and friends, you want to help it.
Military wives not alone.
Buckles on that side.
Crews at Urban Search and Rescue Task Force 8 are locking down equipment.
We carry all the logistics stuff needed, tents, water, food.
14 pallets and 80 task force members on standby, ready to roll as this unit inches closer to the top of the national rotation list.
We would be the 6th or the 9th team to go.
I can click on these red dots here.
At the San Diego chapter of the Red Cross, one volunteer is already headed to national headquarters.
They're going to help with the management team, the senior level management team, help get things organized.
Organization that will depend on the information gathered here at home in the state-of-the-art operations center.
We can not only monitor where our open shelters are and what we're doing in Oklahoma.
We need tons more shovels.
Back at Collection Central, the donations just keep pouring in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is just from the last few hours.
Now all they need is help in getting it there.
They're in such need and they need it now.
We could gather it all day long. Getting it there is the issue. I would love for some help to get this stuff shipped over to Oklahoma.
It's definitely much more dangerous than people would expect.
To say hackers are devious computer geeks would be an understatement. They are savvy, sneaky, and successful.
In the past, it used to be all about hacking for fun and hacking for bragging rights, essentially. Now it's more about money.
And make no mistake about it, there is a lot of money being made. The latest scam is called ransomware, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
So if I'm an attacker, I'll go ahead and put ransomware on your computer, and I'll say, hey, I need X amount of money for you to actually get your documents back.
Documents like your tax info or even family pictures. Crooks essentially zip or lock up those items until you pay up. And in most cases, it's just a few $100s, making it much easier for people to rationalize paying rather than fighting it. Ransomware can also simply take over your computer through a virus without you ever knowing it.
Depending on the antivirus, it could take anywhere from a day to a week to a month.
And this whole time they could be getting information from you?
Absolutely. They could be stealing your identity. They could be sending out spam from your computer. They could use your computer to attack other computers on the net.
Chris Estacio is a self-described techie at WebSense, a security firm in Sorrento Valley. He showed us this world map detailing the cyber war happening in real time. The red lines are the worst. Each shows a hacker trying to break WebSense's security on a client's computer.
The big thing with security is that you need to understand that not just one thing is going to protect you. There's no one silver bullet. You definitely need to have layers of protection.
Among those layers, here are the top 3. Secure your Wi-Fi. You're going to know it's secure by seeing this lock right here. Next, make sure you have strong antivirus software, and that includes Mac users. And finally, make sure to always update your software because hackers often work on older versions. Special Agent Terry Reed, in charge of the FBI's cyber team, admits busting hackers isn't easy, and it's likely going to get more complicated as more of our lives rely on the click of a button.
I think what surprises me is just how innovative they are. Every day it seems they have a new scam that they're trying to lure victims into, and it's unfortunately very effective.
Hackers and security, there's always, a cat and mouse game.
Fox 5's photojournalist James Mann takes us to the training that happened today in Oceanside.
It's a creepy feeling. It's just spooky. You're basically crawling along the bottom until you find what you're looking for.
Looking good, Denise.
Oceanside Harbor Police have invited us to come up here to do some training for vehicle in the water.
There's a couple of different modes we get into. First one's going to be rescue. If somebody's just seen going into the water, in this scenario in a vehicle, you have an air pocket that's going to stay in the car for a little while, which gives them a little survival time. And then we have the golden hour, where if we can get to the body within a golden hour, there's a chance of resuscitating and reviving that person.
Your gear's got to be top notch. Your training has to be up to speed. You can run out of air. You can get tangled up. You can get to the point where you lose your gear or lose a mask.
People think of scuba diving as this glamorous occupation where, oh, it's tropical water and pretty colored fish. Well, when we're diving, a lot of it's very murky. Your visibility is really poor.
Once you get underwater, the whole thing changes.
Divers come in when people have tried to get rid of evidence, or when we have tragedy in the water to recover bodies. We have sonar and video capabilities to a topside computer station. Get a video on the target that we see and rule out if it's what we're looking for or not.
That helps everybody out. So every agency in the county is going to be here doing the same training. So it's a great opportunity.
Very excited. My heart is beating very fast.
Marnie Hammond has been waiting for this day.
Last night we actually put up balloons and put up banners.
We're excited for Daddy. Her husband Max is finally coming home from Afghanistan.
Tried to keep it different every week and just make the time go by fast.
But as she waits for his arrival, she can't help but worry about their future.
It's very scary to think of cuts that happen in the military.
She's talking about sequestration.
Congress can't allow the sequester to happen.
The same conversation taking place in downtown San Diego. As the deadline continues to loom in Washington, millions of jobs hang in the balance.
At the end of last year, the sequestration threatened about 30,000 jobs just in the military sector in our county.
Congressman Scott Peters says not only will the sequester affect military, but it will also cut deep into other sectors and into our economy.
If we let the sequester go into effect, that cuts about 3% out of our GDP, and if you think we've only been growing at a rate of less than 2% a year, that's a big setback.
Come here. For the 240 Marines of the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing,
say hi.
They're focused now on the very happy homecoming and the mission accomplished.
I think we set the conditions for the Afghan security force.
And as for sequestration, not even a small concern.
I think it'll have a minor impact on forces that are forward deployed.
It'll all be okay.
Tucked away on this not-so-quiet second story.
Beautiful, relaxing, inspiring. It's pictures of things that are personal to me, so when I walk up the stairs, I feel like I'm with my people. I have a lot of pictures and art that my friends have done. Most people generally play boogie-woogie in keys that are fairly easy to do it in. I can play slower.
There's only one way to describe Sue Palmer.
So here's C, for example.
It's not just a passion, it's her life.
Because it's how I was brought up.
Sue started playing the piano at the young age of 7. Born into a family of musicians, she was expected to embrace music and learn it.
You were required to listen.
With a steady rhythm. And her fashionable fingers. She taps the keys like nobody's business but her own.
The hands are just going. Every once in a while I get that feeling. I know it's weird.
But this prized pianist has a much deeper song. One that played out just years ago.
I had one of the best shows of my life, and I had to wait till Monday to get the results.
Sue learned she had cancer.
I did have malignancy. They didn't think I did, but I did. It just feels otherworldly.
As part of her battle, she underwent chemo, radiation, and surgery.
I just got really tired.
During that year, she managed to persevere through her pain with music, even performing.
My gigs around my chemo.
But it wasn't the cancer that actually worried her.
For a second, I didn't know if I could play or not, because I didn't have any strength, you know. That scared me more than anything, more than the cancer.
Sue eventually won her battle and realized she now has a much greater purpose in life, healing others through her magical touch.
It just makes you happy to be around her because she's happy, and it's contagious if you allow it to be.
Just moved my body and my mind, and I just thought, hey, I gotta feel this. This feels real good. I was really appreciating her style. The scarf on, and she had so many rings. It was good.
With more than 1,000 gigs under her belt, it's shows like these that mean most to Sue Palmer.
It makes me feel good, because I don't think I even realized what a healing thing music can be.
For this queen of boogie woogie, there's no slowing down anytime soon.
I will never stop playing music.